Today's video, I wanted to talk for a couple minutes about three financial basics all business owners need to understand. This is true if you're just organizing and starting a business. It's true if you're in the growth phase. It's true if you're about to get out of your business. There are three fundamentals every business owner has to understand. And the first one is that you have to understand the bank accounts. One really common mistake I see when people start new businesses is they keep track of all their expenses on a spreadsheet. They're meticulous about it. They put expenses on their personal credit cards, but there's no separation between their personal expenses and their personal financial transactions and what goes on in the business. Now, you can operate like that. You can keep track of all your business expenses, deduct them at the end of the year on your tax return. It is possible to operate that way. But it's very, very challenging and a huge burden on an ongoing basis, splitting those two things, your business transactions and your household transactions. And for keeping track of your numbers, which we'll talk about here shortly, and a few other reasons, it's easier just to keep all your financial transactions from the business in one account and all your personal stuff in other accounts. So step number one is, if you're starting a new business, open a different bank account. If you haven't created an LLC, or you haven't incorporated, or you haven't filed DBA or anything like that, you don't even have to keep the bank account in the name of the business. It can be in your name. Just have a different account where all the transactions are separate. Number two is you need to know your numbers. And this comes down to monthly bookkeeping. When you're first starting out, you might want to do the bookkeeping yourself. If you're not comfortable doing that or want help, you can hire a bookkeeper. To some degree, you have to keep track of all the transactions in the business on a monthly basis. I highly suggest, if you have the budget and can afford, I think it's like $50 a month, QuickBooks Online or one of the other bookkeeping main bookkeeping software providers is a huge benefit long term. And the reason is that once you link your accounts to the software, you can pull any kind of report you want at any time. It's a very useful tool for making business decisions and handling cash flow in the financial side of running a business once you set it all up. For me and my business, we use QuickBooks. We have a bookkeeper that handles all the transactions, and then I can log in and pull reports and view what I need to view at a moment's notice. It takes very, very little time and is extremely useful. But you have to know your numbers if you're going to make good decisions about what to do with cash, when to distribute it, when to reinvest it in the company. Do I have enough revenue coming in to hire? Do I need to cut expenses? All these decisions that we run into on a day-to-day basis, you need to have some mechanism to keep track of those numbers. And the very best way to do it is to have a bookkeeping software provide a chassis that you can pull reports from and manage this in an efficient manner. The third thing is you have to understand your cash flow. You have to have a cash flow plan. You have to have your banking separated between your business and your personal matters. You need to keep track of your numbers, ideally through some kind of software that can do it for you. And you have to have some kind of plan for your cash flow. And that means when revenue comes into the business, when you sell goods and services and cash comes in, you have to know what your monthly fixed and discretionary expenses are. You need to know what your payroll is going to be. And you have to have a plan for what to do with cash that accumulates in the account once you become profitable. Once you're profitable, you don't want cash just piling up in the business accounts without oversight. You want to maybe reinvest some of that back in the business, take it out and do something else with the cash in your personal accounts, pay down debt, invest it. You can make deductible contributions to retirement plans. The right decision for you will depend on where you're at in your business, what your objectives are, what your vision is, and what you have going on the personal side, what your personal needs are for that cash. But having a framework for, what do I do when the extra dollar hits my bank account? What kind of debts do I need to pay off first? When and how am I going to distribute this and minimize taxes over the long term is a huge thing that all business owners need to understand and have a plan for. So those are the three items for today. Financial basics for business owners. You need to have an idea of where cash is coming to, they're coming from and going to. It should be done in separate bank accounts. You need to keep an eye on your numbers through bookkeeping software, and you have to have a plan for what to do with cash as it comes in and to and through your business's income statement.